Alright. So, sorry I have not recorded a video in some time. I have reasons. Sorry if there's some background noise. I'm giving you my full playoff predictions about an hour before the opening puck drop. Just take a look here. Where are we? Okay. Oh, that's sounding bad. Okay. If anybody here can guess where we are, you get a reply to the comment. If the comments are on. I'm not exactly the smartest when it comes to that. So let's start with the Avalanche Kraken series. I'm gonna say Colorado wins it, and I don't think Seattle is the kind of team that's gonna get swept. Beniers, Dunn, Mark Jones. There are just so many people that just really aren't gonna let that happen. Like I'll give the Kraken a game out of respect, and I'll say Colorado in 5. Dallas, Minnesota. I'm gonna say Dallas wins it, even though the Wild are better than a lot of people say they are, and are worth more respect than they're getting. I do think that Dallas should win that series, and I'm gonna say 6. So we'll have Colorado and Dallas in the second round. I'll say, okay, in the Vegas-Winnipeg series, those are two teams where in the first half of the season, lights out, win after win after win after win. Since then, especially Winnipeg has slowed down a lot. And what concerns me about them is why. There's the question, why? That is something that I don't know. Maybe the Jets team has it figured out, but if they can't answer that question, then they're going to get destroyed. So I'm going to say Vegas wins that series, and just because Vegas is kind of slowing down, but so is Winnipeg, I'm going to say Vegas in 7. Edmonton, Los Angeles. We saw this one last year. It was a very, very good series, and I expect nothing less this year. I'm going to say Edmonton wins it, and I'm going to say 6. So we'll have a Vegas-Edmonton in the second round. Boston, Florida. This is a series that I'm looking very much forward to, and I think there are some questions around Boston with the President's Trophy curse and all of that. I'm not sold, but I think that Boston is either going to lose or just destroy them. I'm just going to say that they destroy them just because they win so many games that we don't expect, and they're just, I think, too good of a team, especially with Bergeron possibly missing game 1, and we'll see. I'm going to say Boston wins it, and I'm going to say they sweep. I'm going to say a Boston sweep in that round. I'm not going to overthink it. Florida could very well upset them. They split the regular season series 2-2, so I could look like an idiot in a couple of weeks. Toronto and Tampa. This is another very exciting one. Some people are just going to use history. Tampa fans are going to use history to their side. Fair. I'm going to say Toronto wins that series, though, just because I think Tampa seemed to have really slowed down towards the end of the season, and I think Toronto is just going to be too motivated to screw it up. I'm going to say Toronto wins it, and I'm going to say 6 games, setting up for a Boston-Toronto second-round match. Islanders-Hurricanes. This one, at first glance, if you're just getting into hockey now and look at the standings and look at this bracket, you're like, oh, Carolina's got to pounce all over New York and barely made it, and Carolina just destroyed everything. Carolina's got a sweep, right? No. Carolina has really slowed down towards the end of the season, and the Islanders have, been kind of here and there. I'm gonna say Carolina wins it, but I think it's gonna be in 7. You just never know when somebody like Aho, Svechnikov, one of those guys are gonna break out. New Jersey and New York. This is another very, very good matchup. I'm going to say New Jersey wins it. This is one of the most 50-50 matchups, I think, in the first round. And if New Jersey is able to kind of know what they're playing for, then I think they're going to win. And I think they are going to win. I'm going to say 6. Setting up for Carolina, New Jersey, second round match, pardon me. Colorado and Dallas is what I expect to be that second round matchup to be. Dallas was on a straight cliff, kind of, for part of the season, but they're picking it back up. But Colorado, I mean, how do you bet against them? Like, I think they are going to win that series. They've played very well towards the end of the season. Very impressive. I'm going to say Colorado wins it, and I'm going to say 7. Vegas-Edmonton is what I think that second round matchup is going to be. I think Edmonton should win, and I think they're going to. I think the better Vegas plays against Winnipeg, obviously the better chance they're going to have against Edmonton. I'm going to say Edmonton. And it really depends on the Vegas-Winnipeg series, how many games it goes if Vegas wins. But that hasn't happened yet. So, let's go Edmonton in 5. I think, so that has a Colorado-Edmonton conference final matchup. Boston-Toronto. This is where I'm going to get a lot of heat. I think Toronto wins. And I think it's going to be in 5. I think it's just Boston is going to sweep Florida, but it's going to be a competitive sweep. And then there's all the questions, are they overplayed? Are people too tired? I think if Toronto is going to, if they beat Tampa, that they should make a run. So I'm going to say Toronto makes the conference finals. Carolina, New Jersey. If Carolina beats the Islanders, which is by no means a guarantee, nothing is given in this league, then they're just going to be exhausted. So I think New Jersey wins. And I think it's going to be in 5. So Toronto, New Jersey in the Eastern final, Colorado, Edmonton in the Western final. Avs, Edmonton. I think Edmonton is going to win. I think Edmonton is going to go to the final, and a lot of people's brackets agree with me. A lot of people are going to take Edmonton to go to the final, and I agree with them. I think Edmonton does get there. I think they live up to the hype. And I'm going to say they beat Colorado in 6. We'll have to see if the Edmonton goalies are able to keep up with just the pure offense that's going to be thrown at them. So I think Edmonton makes the final, beat Colorado in 6. Toronto, New Jersey, I think it'd be a fairy tale if Toronto could make it. It'd be too much task, I think, for them to make the final. I think New Jersey beats them, and I think it is 6. So Edmonton, New Jersey. Edmonton, a lot of people have been saying. I haven't seen anybody say New Jersey to make the final. I've seen a lot of Boston, which makes sense. But I'm going New Jersey. I'm going New Jersey to make the final. And as far as Edmonton versus New Jersey goes, I'm going to say Edmonton wins it. And I'm going to say 6. That's the video. One more look at where are we. There's a massive clue somewhere in this shot of where we are. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.